hard for Nara to win. He only has carriers at this point, does not have a large Dragoon count because he lost both of his gateways, and it's really up to how he can use these carriers to win the game. There's a lot of Goliaths over here, so he's going to have to be very careful. He has a couple of carriers on low HP, and Nara has to look to expand very shortly, or else he's going to be behind. Something I've noticed is... okay, so Nara's actually going to start creating a little bit more ground forces by recreating those gateways that he lost. And at this point, Nara is going to be on the defensive. There's a lot of Goliaths over here, and they're going to be able to take out those carriers very quickly. fOrGG doesn't have the best reaction times. He's not able to focus fire on those carriers as quickly as another pro gamer would, but he's going to be able to take out a few carriers if Nara does not play this very safely. He's losing a lot of interceptors, and one of those carriers is getting very, very damaged. But Nara is losing... oh my god, fOrGG is losing quite a large amount of Goliaths. He doesn't have the best Goliath control, as you would see from other people, but he does have, it seems, double attack upgrade, and that's going to be really effective in taking down these carriers quickly and efficiently. More reinforcements coming for the Goliaths, and at this point fOrGG going pretty much mass Goliaths. That's not a really good strategy. He can't continue going only Goliaths. Though he will be able to take out those carriers, he needs a couple of tank support to kill those Dragoons that will inevitably come. And these carriers are still doing very well. It seems none of them has taken a casualty yet, but Nara is not continuing to produce them, and expansion is going up for fOrGG. And fOrGG, once he gets that expansion up, he will be ahead again because he will have that macro advantage. I'm not sure if Nara is going to take his third base soon, but he needs it as bad as possible. And he is going to try and take his mineral only, it seems, but there's just too many Goliaths, and Nara is going to push out with his Dragoons right now. Those Dragoons are probably going to do the most... okay, never mind. Retreat going on over here by fOrGG. He's actually managing his Goliaths okay. He just doesn't manage them the best, and so he is going to have to retreat with those Dragoons as support for those carriers. Once those Dragoons are out, those carriers are a little bit more effective. You see here that, you know, fOrGG just going pure Goliaths, and that's never a good combination. You always want to have a different type of unit to kill the other types of unit, because Goliaths aren't too effective against Dragoons. Though he does have advantage in numbers, I think Nara will be able to pull this off. He's going to be able to harass these SCVs here, and lots of SCVs going down. They have to retreat right now. This is a really, really good advantage here, taking advantage of the fact that the Terran can't maneuver around this map very well, because of the fact that they have to move around the small path in order to get to their natural. Nara losing a lot of interceptors here. There's just too many Goliaths, but he does do some damage, and looks like Nara is about ready to start containing. Those mass Goliaths aren't going to be able to break the contain very easily. There's a pretty large amount of Dragoons at this point, but there is some tanks now. fOrGG realizing that he needs those tanks, and once again these carriers taking advantage of the fact that it's very hard for Terran to maneuver around this map, and he's going to do as much harassing as possible. You can see here that Nara is actually not creating any more carriers. He's trying to get his economy back up, because you know there's probably a third base somewhere, but he just doesn't know where. And here's where the third base is, and Nara does see it, I think. I'm not sure if that observer saw it or not, but Nara does get his mineral only up, and the game is just about even again. More Dragoons being produced, no more carriers being produced. So at this point, those mass Goliaths are not going to work anymore. But here you can see more carrier harassment over here. These carriers just maneuvering all around all the walls, forcing the Goliaths to have to split up in two groups. And it just shows a really, really good job knowing the map. One carrier does go down though. So Nara just using this map to his advantage. He learned the map. He learned how to take advantage of the different spots, and he's going to aim for that armory, and he is going to start taking out even more Goliaths. And this armory is going to go down, so no more upgrades for fOrGG, and that's going to suck for a while, because those upgrades were doing very, very well. He's creating another armory though, and at this point Nara is saturated at all of his bases. Here we see some first-person view of Nara. You can see he only has 5 carriers left, and he's using all his units really, really well. These tanks, he's aiming for those tanks because those tanks are going to be the things that can destroy his dragoons. Lots of oh my god, lots of carriers. I mean, lots of Goliaths shooting those carriers, but these dragoons are killing those tanks. Those tanks are almost all destroyed, and you can see these carriers going behind the dragoons, so the dragoons can't get hit. And this expansion is going to go down. They're cut off from base. And a good thing is that Nara actually has his high ground advantage. And here we see that fOrGG, it's just a little bit too crowded there. These SCVs are going to have to start attacking those dragoons because they can't get any reinforcements as he is contained. fOrGG is contained. And he's losing more and more units and more buildings than he needs. So this is going to be very, very hard for fOrGG to break. It's very hard for him to actually maneuver around in his base, as I said earlier. The one thing is that his natural is just too small for all those units, and Nara finally having a good enough macro and economy that he can start making more carriers. One lone SCV here spots the mineral only, and it looks like fOrGG is pushing out at this point. Nara looking to expand again. This one SCV is actually taking out quite a lot of units. It looks like it has 3 kills right there, 4 kills. But right here we see that these dragoons, it looks like there's just too many for those Goliaths. There's no tanks anymore, and that SCV has 6 kills or about 6 kills. But lots of, once again, Nara taking that. Oh my God, that SCV has 10 kills. What the heck? That SCV has 10 kills. Anyways. This expansion is going to go down. Nara once again taking that expansion down and taking the high ground advantage. There's a Goliath coming up here, and that SCV does have 10 kills, does go down. But there's only 2 tanks here, so these Goliaths are going to go down pretty quickly as long as those carriers come back and help out. So the carriers are back, and they are going to start taking out these Goliaths with the help of the dragoons. And Nara is his contain is very, very effective right here. Maneuvering on the map, you see he's targeting these tanks right here, so those tanks aren't going to be able to damage his dragoons anymore. And 2 more carriers come in from the back. Not enough Goliaths anymore. All the Goliaths are going down. No matter what fOrGG does, he's lost his entire army. There's still about 7 carriers and a large amount of dragoons. There's just not enough Goliaths at this point. Really, really nice usage of the map here by Nara, just taking out all these units over here. And it is GG, so that was a very, very nice game. You can see Nara just plays very well, and nevertheless, it was always entertaining. No matter what the outcome of the game, Nara always makes it entertaining. So that was a very, very nice game, and I hope you enjoyed. This was a commentary by Conan.